things that we've gone over throughout this episode. And there are 5 things that I sort of have written down and have notes on. So, number 1, use your rational thinking qualities.
Yes. Well, I thought you were going to read the rest.
No, you're going to tell me what's that. I want us to engage in conversation.
Okay. So you have to identify
brief conversation.
You have to identify what the issue is and why is it bothering you. Like, you have to understand that.
Right.
You know.
Definitely.
If you feel like I have an issue with a feeling of abandonment.
Right. What is that? Alone. Explore it.
To me, I just give you an example. To me, my biggest issue is like sometimes I feel like I'm nothing.
Right.
Honestly, straight up, I'm nothing. Nobody wants me. Nobody wants to be around me. Whatever. Right. And then I got to start thinking about it. Okay, why would I feel like I'm nothing? Well, this happened from this individual, this happened from this individual, this happened from this individual, then this happened and this happened. Okay. Now, we're going to look at all the things that you are. You're this, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. And you have done this, and that.
Right.
And now you have this to look forward to.
Gotcha.
And now you have a goal and you have an idea.
Right.
But I've come to embrace being nothing because space is vast and there's nothing in it.
Right.
So I love that shit now. I like being nothing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The second thing is to remember that life is mostly out of our control and that unexpected things will happen.
Yep.
And that's because we live in a society with other people, really.
Exactly.
It's very simple.
We live in a universe that we don't know what's really going to happen.
Right.
Right. We live in a world itself that is thithering. It's just going around a star. You know, in an expanding universe, right? And we don't know where it begins. Well, we think we know where it begins. We don't know where it's going to end or if it's going to end. And we know that our life has a certain time frame. Yeah. So in the midst of all that, we got to remember that. And we can't shy away from it or become anxious about the end. Right. It is inevitable. It is coming.
Yeah.
Every day that passes by is coming. So the idea is, you can't be afraid of that. That's why you have to experience life and look at experiences, accept both positive and the negatives of it all.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 3, as a unique individual on a quest for discovery, know that you are not perfect.
Yes. Mistakes are a part of life.
Well, that's what we learn from.
We are not infallible, you know.
This is the very concept of this whole episode is learning from mistakes and thinking about what's happened. So what did I learn from this experience, And that's whether it's a mistake or not a mistake or somebody else's mistake, what did I learn from it?
It's just, to me, it's like I do like a lot of thought experiments. Right? Thinking about things like that.
Oh, I know. You're like philosopher? You mean like philosopher?
No, I just thought experiments just like
existentialists?
No, it's just I just kind of like things just pop into my head. Like I said earlier, the first person that said, "Oh, I wanna eat a puffer fish," and then they ate it and it was poisonous and they died. And then somebody else came, well, he ate this part, let me try that other part. Like, how do they figure that out? Mistakes.
Well, first of all, if I saw somebody eat a puffer fish and they died from it, I would not eat it. Period.
But they do. But that's what I'm saying.
No, I know. But it's
now they know how to prepare it. Now they know specifically which parts, how to prepare it so it doesn't become poisonous to the human body. Right. Like, they know that. Somebody had to start with that. Somebody had to start eating it. And to get to that point, experiences, traumatic experiences that evolved. And that's just that. But think about all the other things. The first person that got in, we were talking to our friend. Think about the first person, right? The helicopter was established in the 1930s. Think about the first person that said, I'm going to go there. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm going to go. I want to see what happens. To go in this thing that nobody has ever tried. And learn, okay, we can't do that, and we can't do this. When we can't do that, I could have died, but okay, now I know what to do. Mistakes, and you learn from that. That's experiencing life.
Okay. So the fourth way that we can let go of our mistakes and put the past behind us is by letting our emotions out in a productive way.
Yes. There's no denying that pain exists, and those traumatic experiences they hold emotional content, right? And and sometimes it's very suppressive inside, and you had to let it out. Again, full disclosure, within the last year, I'm not a person that typically cries. I was cried out.
I know.
I was cried out when I was a kid. All my tears came out back then, right? But the last year has been a very challenging year, and there wasn't anything more cathartic than just having like a just
an
let
ugly
it out.
Cry.
Ugly cry. There was nobody around, which is kind of interesting. I'm sharing it now, but it was an ugly cry, and I just let it all out, and it was just from the inside, So that's one thing that I did. That it was just. And it felt...
Was it catharsis?
It was a catharsis, and it felt so good afterwards. Like I felt clean afterwards. That's one thing. The second thing is, and again, this might be hokey or might be whatever, but I wrote letters to all those people that I consider my aggressors, or I consider like that I was angry about, and I really just let it out on a piece of paper. Then I burned it.
That's a good one.
Then I burnt it. Napoleon Hill has this line that he says, if you have something negative to say about someone, write it in the sands at the beach so the wave takes it.
That's right.
But physically, a physical thing when you can't do something one-on-one, because we seldom get to do that.
Right.
It's a symbol. It is a symbolic action that to write it down, to let that out, and to take it and physically burn it. That symbolism that's why rituals were so powerful in past religions and stuff, because there were a symbolic manifestation of something to be expressed.
Yeah.
And that is something that I did, and we both did that.
I did it too.
And
it was catharsis.
But it is a catharsis to be able to let that out. That's one of the things that we do. And the point is to give it its moment in the sun.
Yeah, definitely.
And to let it out of you, And there still be remnants in there. But again, it's just to give it its moment in the sun, in a productive manner. The other thing is use that to create something. Make something out of it. Write something about it. Writing is like one of the most powerful tools that it was ever created for the human species. Use it. Write it.
Yeah.
Create something like that.
Yeah.
Create something that gets your stuff out.
Yeah.
Go to a batting cage and go batting. Go to the range, shoot at a target.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Yeah.
In a productive manner.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, go ahead. Next one.
The final way for us to let go of our mistakes and put the past behind us is knowing that your life has meaning in the here and now.
Yeah. Past experiences, and this is something that we have to accept. Past experiences, both positive and negative, are the catalyst for us to evolve as individuals. Those experiences have value. They are painful.
Yeah.
They are tough.
Yeah.
There are scars that we always carry. But you wouldn't be manifesting the individual, as shitty as you may feel right now, because you're trying to get rid of it. If you look at them with soft eyes to learn from those, what did I learn? I learned that my mother didn't abandon me. She left to find a better life for me. But as an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, how do you understand that?
Right.
Only in retrospect do you really understand that. To accept that my father was just a young man living in a culture that just spread your seas, young man. And I understand it, and understand his regret. You could accept that. I can't change the man, nor do I want to.
No.
But I could understand it. Now, me as an individual, I never wanted to do that because I understood my pain.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you came to terms with that.
Yeah.
Pain.
Me as an individual didn't feel that I should abandon my wife or our kids. I chose to do that. I chose to do my very best not to spread my seeds out there, which I did pretty good.
You didn't spread your seed
I
anywhere.
didn't, you know.
You have no children but our own.
So those are lessons that you learn, and how you choose to move forward is what really matters. But that's how we evolve as people. That's how we become better human beings.
And at the end of the day, what does the individual do?
The choice is yours. You have to choose. You have to choose to either let this experience dictate your life, or learn from them and try to make the best out of it.